to CableCast. My name, of course, Caleb Ryor, and today I am rejoined by the glorious Kimo Nishimura and iconic Raghav Malaviya. Welcome back, guys.
What's up?
What's good? Thank you for having us.
Yeah, I wanted to make that intro, super short because you guys have been here before, but it's been a while. A lot longer than I thought. We've of course played plenty of VGC since you guys were last here. You guys were last here on like a speculation of like VGC 2020 before Sword and Shield were even out. In fact, I recall teaching Raghav everything we knew at the time because
I can say that
does sound correct.
Yeah.
I think I know them now, thankfully.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe so.
Cool.
That was very important for me, my success this year.
Yeah, your success, learning all that before going to Australia and everything.
Exactly, thank you.
It's wild also knowing the world we live in right now that you actually went to Internats in Australia this year. Like, that happened this year.
Dude, I completely
forgot. Right about
honestly.
At the cusp.
Yeah. Well, anyways, before we get into the serious topics of today, talking about the finals of Players' Cup, which is now more pertinent with the announcement of Players' Cup 2. Why don't we talk about, I guess, what we've been doing throughout, since that last episode, throughout VGC, and what we've thought about all these series changes, because I think we could have only speculated so much going into VGC 2020. We couldn't really expect, like, the meta to be changing, or even the format changing every 2 months. How have you guys, like, enjoyed or, like, even hated that? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
So in general, I've enjoyed it quite a bit because, we got like the new G-Max Pokemon and that changed things up, like especially when Lapras came out, that changed the format a lot. And then ever since then, we got Rillaboom, Cinderace, like these big major format changes, and it does kind of keep things fresh because while I like, metas to have time to develop, it also does keep things like a lot more interesting and, it makes more Pokemon viable. So I've been enjoying it for the most part.
Yeah, I guess I feel the same way. I wasn't sure how I would feel at first, and it's definitely hard to predict what the metas would look like over time.
Mm-hmm.
But the changing mons, some of the sets that become, even something like a solar power on Zard becoming leagueable over time. They kind of keep things interesting, makes it easier to stay a little active. So I think it's been a positive change.
I think I've talked about this many times throughout previous episodes, but the only frustrating thing to me has been, like, the reason for the legality of certain mons. Like, in March, when we got the Alolan starters and Venusaur and Blastoise legal, and then when the new DLC came out, and we had Terrakion, Verzian, and Cambalion legal, because, like, they weren't even in the decks, but they're, like, coded in the game. But, like...
Yeah.
At the same time, like, they're legal. It's all right.
Yeah, that's kind of how I thought about it. I didn't really, like, think about why they were legal. I'm just, okay, they're there.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta respect them. I can build with them. I have to prepare for them. So I didn't really think about why they were there too much. I'm just like, okay, it's a new format. They're a new Pokemon. So...
I mean, except for, like, Lapras being as big as it was, they were, like, essentially why Series 1 and 2 are so distinct from Series 3 and 4. Like, almost entirely different formats.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, they're pretty different.
So, now that we've talked about these series, today's episode, it's important to talk about the two series that are pertinent to us. The one that... we thought we were done with, Series 5, and the current Battle Stadium doubles rules in Series 6. First off, we'll actually start a little backwards. What do you guys think of the current Series 6 with all the bans from both Battle Stadium singles and doubles?
You can go, Raghav.
Okay. Well, I thought it was a little weird at first. The bans of, like, both singles and doubles. Top 5 Pokemon? Top 10?
Top 10 from both. So
16
total?
The top 10. Right, because there was some overlap.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was kind of weird. And, like, I mean, I lost my boy Magnezone.
Yeah, that's right.
So I was a little salty at first, but I got over it because my mindset with like rule changes is usually like I can't really do much about it, so I'm just gonna play the game because it's still
Yeah.
fun. So honestly, I really enjoyed Series 6 for however long we've had it because the big threats like Dragapult, Togekiss, Cinderace, things that do like a lot of damage. The game just felt a little bit slower for me, and I enjoyed that more. A lot more things became viable. I mean, obviously there's still like Porygon Z and stuff like that, but
Urshifu, big one now.
Yeah, I just really enjoyed the change, and I was starting to get annoyed with like having to cover for like Cinderace and Venusaur and like Dragapult team. And so I like just like having Porygon Z be the hyper offensive thing I had to prepare for. So I was really enjoying Series 6.
Kimo, do you have much experience with Series 6? It feels like we've had it longer, but it's only been 12 days now,
I have no idea.
As of
really?
recording date, yeah.
Oh, wow.
I've been playing like a decent amount. I was doing well in ladder when I was playing on like Battle Stadium. It's cool. I mean, I was happy to see like Venusaur gone as well. Like Venusaur in particular.
Yeah, Sun was just super impressive, I felt.
But I also feel the same way as Raghav in general, where because we have no decision whatsoever on the ban list, I really don't think about it or care that much because it doesn't matter what I think. So, like, you can skip it. Whereas, like, with Smogon, you can, like, ponder on it a little bit because you have an influence. Like, so I just usually accept what we get. So when a change like this happens, where Venusaur and things are removed that I didn't really like, I'm just going to take the positives from it, even if it was kind of useless in the long term.
Well, so I've been kind of avoiding why we're still, I guess, talking about Series 5 outside of Players' Cup results. Although, since this episode got, like, pushed back a bit, like, I didn't know how pertinent the information from Players' Cup 1 was going to be. But now, due to what seemingly a mishap from Pokemon Company International's end, so Players' Cup 2 was announced, but our qualifier is not Series 6, it's Series 5. And Twitter, of course, not been kind to these. What I saw is like a clear mistake on their end, because it did, like, on certain sites, even the Pokemon home rules, it said Series 6. So, how do you guys feel about this? That we're suddenly not only forced to play Series 5 again, but we don't have an actual, like, in-game ladder for it.
I'll start with this one. Just to me, it's just like the classic fumble. It's pretty much like if you were writing a book and TPCi was a character, this is exactly what they would have done, and it would have been like for comedic effect. So it's very fitting.
I can't deny that.
Like it feels like you can feel their spirit in the decision. It's truly a TPCi decision. I thought it was a typo at first, legit. So I don't know what is really going on, and in theory, it's not like the worst mistake they ever could have made, because at least most people will have like functioning teams and like an understanding of the format and things to look back on. But it is pretty lame, just that we had a Series 6 and it went completely like under the rug, essentially.
Yeah. I was even talking with some other players. Sorry, Raghav. For Series 6, we felt like this format wouldn't have even existed if we still had live events, you know? Like, this felt like something Game Freak...
I don't think it would.
Yeah, this felt like something Game Freak just wanted to try, and it's like, it gave us a little treat, but nah, we can't enjoy this treat, really.
Well, maybe they should be giving us more treats, bro. Like, maybe they should be making more formats like this. Well, I don't know. We didn't have it long enough. I'm sure there was some annoying...
Oh, no, I honestly, all right, I will start talking in defense of Series 5 a bit. I do feel like, so, I've talked about this before, where Series 1 and 2 are grouped together, and then Series 3 and 4 are grouped together. So they've essentially, those metas, per se, had like 4 months to really grow. But with the Isle of Armor DLC Series 5 format, we only had those 2 months until we suddenly got Series 6, and it's a whole new ball game at that point. So
Yeah, but like everything, time just feels very different in quarantine right now.
Yeah.
that's a good
So
point.
it feels like forever.
Yeah, I
Right.
don't really know how to explain that either, just because
Those numbers sound insane to
time
me.
feels incredibly different by the day. So like applying like the effects of time on metas that we, especially without live events, like comparing online event effects to live event effects, who knows what it would have been like.
Okay, well, so to that degree, the other flip side of advantage, again, we're just looking at the bright side here because this is even with format changes you were saying earlier, this is how it is. We gotta accept it. I'm looking at how we don't. I don't feel like Series 6 was in like a very like definitive place. So like going into a tournament so important as the Players Cup 2 qualifier to be that 3 week old meta almost. I guess it would be almost just over 3 weeks for the qualifier. I feel like it's going to help more players in the long run for it being Series 5, I feel. We'll talk about the Players Cup 1 final teams soon because that we actually have much more resources to kind of figure out and make, I guess, the qualifier more competitive in a sense. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, it's difficult when it's an IC. The qualifiers, wait, you're talking about the IC, right?
Yes.
That lets you qualify for the top 256. Yeah, so it's difficult then because it's such a huge tournament and you're kind of only aiming for like a specific like rating, right? And not like a Swiss tournament or a double elimination tournament. You know, you're not aiming for first, really. You're aiming for a certain
For like
rating.
say,
I mean, you could reach high enough to like where you would get a bye, but then we saw with the fumble in Players Cup 1, like that wasn't an actual.
You don't really know.
No.
Yeah. Right. So the tournament is just very different, and I think having those resources will help, but I don't think it would have made too big of a difference if it was Series 6 because it is such a large tournament. 256 is still a lot of people. So, yeah, I'm not entirely sure how much it will make a difference, but if you have resources, it will definitely increase the the competition.
Right. I'll actually ask you guys this first. Would you rather look at the Players Cup or for Series 5 teams right now and talk about them, or would you rather start with Series 6 and talk about the little teams you've seen from that? Because I guess we'll never really have Series 6 official tournaments. It doesn't feel like
let's just start with Series 6, I guess,
it's
because
the
like
scramble.
It makes sense, right? That you would the Players Cup leading into the other one. So Series 6 probably.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, okay. Well, all right. We'll dedicate this time real quick to say, even though there aren't official tournaments for Series 6, because of the efforts from the community making the best of our online existence, there are plenty of Series 6 tournaments to actually participate in. There's the ongoing Scramble going on, although Top Cut will be soon, so it's not open to entry, but there's all the r/VGC tournaments. I've competed in a couple. They've been fun because they're in-game, easily accessible, but also announcing I will be running a very important subscribe to enter tournament for the Battle Room, our good friend Colin. I'm putting in, I don't know why I did this, I put in $300 as a pot bonus for this tournament. All this gas money.
Yeah, I really have no issue taking your money, so I'll be there.
I'm glad you guys will support the effort. But yes, so
anything for your money.
If you follow me on social media, Twitter at CableVGC, I'll be tweeting about it all week long. There's going to be more than $300 worth of prizing because of the percentage of subscription fees we're going to put into the pot as well. But yes, please, if you want to show the Pokemon Company, although they very rarely care about what we do. But if you want to show support of Series 6 and not put your practice to waste, join our tournament and, go support r/VGC as well, and win some money, because Players Cup, 4 people in the entire world get prizes, but you'll get more prizes if you enter grassroots. That's what I'm saying. Anyways,
that is the fact.
Yeah, sorry, go on.
Solid ad drop.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about Series 6 teams then. Like, if you're curious about the Series 6 meta, not ignoring Players Cup 2, if you want to compete in these grassroots tournaments, what kind of teams should you be expecting to face? Certainly a lot of Porygon Z.
Yeah, I'd say that's a big threat. I mean, it's
probably the main one.
The most obnoxious thing. Another thing is Urshifu. That's been quite annoying. It's been very popular, especially with Togekiss gone. And Lapras. So we saw a lot of that in the women's tournament too. We saw a lot of Lapras and Urshifu. Yeah, I think 6 out of the top 8. Actually, I don't know how many teams. I didn't look at the usage stats properly. I'm just looking at the teams on Victory Road.
Yeah, we have some highlight teams that were posted on Victory Road. The champion, Fiona, using Lapras and Urshifu. But there's also sites like Analytics we can look at for usage stats. Like, Lapras, I think, just is barely in the top 10. Yeah, it's at 10 right now.
Oh, yeah, it's to the 10th one.
But
these usage stats actually aren't what I thought they would be.
Really? What Pokemon are missing from the current September 12th usage stats in the top 10? What's missing for you?
The order is just a little off.
Gotcha.
Like, I wouldn't have
Talonflame is extremely high.
Yeah, Talonflame. Even though I've been using Talonflame a lot, but high.
The story of Talonflame is an interesting one because the other real good Tailwind user, Whimsicott's gone. So the only real way to use abuse the new speed mechanics with Tailwind is Talonflame.
Yeah, but you don't need Tailwind.
Right. I think it makes a lot of sense.
It helps a lot of the hyper offense teams, like the Porygon Z teams. A lot of ways certain teams deal with Porygon Z is having an Arcanine faster than it and getting Snarl off to help the rest of the team. But you can't exactly do that if they're setting up Tailwind.
Yeah, I think it's a good partner for Porygon Z, but it's interesting to see that the PZ is at 15th.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, PZ is kind of oddly low too.
Yeah. The real story is the bulk Fire Water Grass duo of Amoonguss, Arcanine, Primarina. They're the best of each individual type, really. I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say that.
Yeah, there's Ferrothorn, but Ferrothorn's starting to use grass moves again now instead of just the Iron Defense body press sets because
I don't like Ferrothorn.
I've been using Assault Vest Ferrothorn's spiking in usage now.
Are you trying to say you've been using it?
I mean, I've been using it, yeah, but I've been swapping sets. I've been using lefties without Iron Defense, but just running a grass move so you can actually max an Overgrowth Primarina if you ever needed to. Primarina's the Pokemon to beat and other bulky waters because we don't have Rillaboom right now in the format.
Yeah, and Ferrothorn running Iron Defense makes less sense now since Incineroar is not the main Intimidate fire type.
Mm-hmm.
Arcanine, is not weak to fighting type coverage and carries Will-O-Wisp. It can Flamethrower you, it can Flare Blitz you, so Iron Defense just doesn't seem as good.
I think Talonflame is actually pretty good. I think it's probably the best it'll ever be again, really.
Yeah,
honestly, yeah. I don't even think in 2014 it had usage like this.
Yeah, I've been using sort of similar to the finalist Women Cup teams, Talonflame offensive teams. They make a lot of sense to me, especially since Trick Room has to get a little specific to set up. I've seen Protect Dusclops be pretty common on ladder.
Oh, that's interesting. I like that.
Yeah, I faced it. So many Japanese players have Protect Dusclops that kind of been bugging the hell out of me. Or Safety Goggles.
Honestly, it's because of the Safety Goggles Coflable. But also, I feel like it's almost because of Talonflame too. You run tons on Talonflame, Dusclops can't.
Yeah, you do. I think Trick Room has a hard time setting up unless you get a little I mean, that's always kind of the
you can't
problem,
even.
right? Is that like you just have to think of a way around it. There's a few. I haven't seen a lot of
it actually
battery.
is good.
Yeah, exactly. Talonflame's good.
Yeah, Talonflame is good. It's probably like the best it'll ever be ever again.
That actually might be tied to my distaste for this format of Series 6.
Actually, I usually hate Talonflame, but in this format, it feels pretty fair.
Yeah. Well, actually, I'm saying that as I use Talonflame in the Players' Cup for Series 5, but
but you shouldn't have.
Yeah, you
shouldn't have.
Done
No, it should have been Incineroar. I 100% agree. I would have gone deeper with Incineroar. But yeah, it's
we don't know if that's true either, but it still should have been.
Yes, I agree.
Got him.
What are some sleeper Pokemon on here? Oh, this is a great format. I'll steal these two. Dracozolt and Sylveon are like really good in this format because first off, single strike Urshifu,
Kimo's cutting out
ridiculous.
Yeah, I think both those mons. I've been talking about both of those. I think they're both. Maybe not Dracozolt, but they're like Sylveon is definitely one of the best mons in the format.
Mm-hmm. And
then Dracozolt is certainly like, if you're gonna like letter tier them, it's at least like in the A tier.
Yeah, just because of the prevalence of the bulky waters, like
we
need something to nuke them. Yeah.
Okay, so for some reason I could not hear what Caleb said. Was it Sylveon you said?
Yeah, we're talking about Dracozolt and Sylveon.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah, the strong ones.
Yeah, I think Dracozolt's really good, and I've been seeing that. I've been playing the Scramble, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I've been playing a lot of games against people, and I've seen a lot of Dracozolt there and on ladder, and that makes sense. I think Sylveon is also super strong, but if the format had more time, I think we'd see it rise in usage more. But yeah. It's hard to say with like you said, it's been 12 days, so yeah, it's hard to say.
That's crazy. It feels like way longer than that.
But the thing is, so we already know that
every day is like a year for me now.
Yeah. Well, Series 6, it's going to be the official ladder for, what is it? It's been almost 2 weeks. Another 6 weeks. It's going to be Battle Stadium.
Oh, wow.
Wait, 6 weeks?
Yeah, because each series is 2 months.
Series 7 is... Okay.
That is weird.
Yeah, so that's why it's so crazy that the Players' Cup 2 qualifier at the end of September is Series 5, and then we still have another month of Series 6, so... I'm really feeling for those like content creators out there. Like we've seen a huge uptick on Twitch since Sword and Shield came out, because obviously it's a lot easier to broadcast your Switch with the regular capture card than it ever was on the 3DS. So
right.
But
I mean that is super weird. Then I really I don't know.
So it had to be an accident, right? So when they first
I don't know anymore, Caleb. I don't know.
The reason I'm confident about this is because what I'm thinking is that they set up the tournament like before Series 6 rules were announced, and like they accidentally kept it as Series 5 when they published the tournament, because everything online outside of the tournament that you register for in game said Series 6, but I don't think there's a way for them to retroactively change it. So instead of like
that is stupid.
Yes.
That is so dumb.
Instead of
can't be true.
Canceling the tournament missing all those registrants and then republishing the tournament as Series 6, they're like, it's Series 5. I feel that's like the most TPCi reason too. Like that had to be it too. It's not even that far-fetched. Yeah, you don't have to like it.
It's not that far-fetched.
Because why else would it be Series 5? Do they like not like Series 6?
I don't know. Sometimes legit sometimes TPCi has to make decisions from TPC, and sometimes those decisions are like completely void of sense. So like
maybe the Japanese really don't like Series 6.
They legit could have said that. I don't know. It could have been.
Yeah.
I don't know. It doesn't. I just think it's a bad decision overall. I don't really care how it happened.
Yeah. But we've talked about Series 6 enough. Well, all right. So one thing I mentioned right before we started recording that Kimo wishes I didn't, so he could have generally reacted now, was that people are overreacting. They think the entirety of Players' Cup 2 is going to be Series 5. But you have to realize our qualifier for Players Cup 1 was in Series 4. And then the DLC dropped and the rest was Series 5.
I remember that.
That is true.
So people are forgetting that because we have series that change every 2 months, Series 7 is going to start in November, and the rest of Players Cup doesn't happen until November.
Okay,
I mean,
so
The
you
saving grace
qualify?
is like Crown Tundra, right? The Series
Right,
7 will
but
be
we
Crown
don't
Tundra.
know when that comes out. If that comes out in November and not October, Series 7 won't be Crown Tundra, and Crown Tundra won't be the format until January.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
This is interesting.
Wow, these timelines are looking really bad.
So we just need to know when the DLC is coming out and hope that it's like October, or if they make like a retroactive change to how they changed the series and have the series change like mid-November, just so they can actually have Crown Tundra DLC be in Players Cup 2. It's going to be
I
interesting.
mean, if I have to be completely realistic thinking about it, what's really going to happen is that this qualifier is going to be Series 5.
Yeah.
And then the real tournament will actually be Series 6. No, like the rule set will just be the same, right?
Okay.
And then Crown Tundra will come out whatever you deem is a little too late.
Mm-hmm. Well, so the reason I say this, where I need to find, I never linked this, but on the Players Cup info website, I actually think I did.
Players Cup 2?
Yeah, the Players Cup 2 about.
Yeah, the Players Cup 2.
I got it.
So it says,
there, you linked it.
where is it? Not in prizes, but it says it will be in the ranked battles format. I think if you click on VG. I can't find the exact page, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so it doesn't talk in series. It's talking it'll be the ranked battle format. Of course, that's a lie for our equivalent of the International Challenge, the Players Cup 2 online qualifier, but shoot.
So it is possible they just make the next Battle Stadium format the same.
Right. Because I hate that they called the online qualifier instead of the September IC, because the May IC was our online qualifier, but then what we just consider Players Cup 2 for each region is called the Players Cup 2 region qualifier, and that's in November, and then the Players Cup 2 finals is in December.
That was quite a mouthful.
Okay.
Yes.
So there's the online qualifier, the region qualifier, and then the global finals.
Yes.
Okay. And so if the region qualifier, the format we don't know, we think it'll be Series 7 or...
It'll be whatever Series 7 is, because Series 7, how it works is just every 2 months the series change, so it'll be the 2-month increment of November. So and the Players Cup 2 region qualifier, the first weekend's November 7th. So if Crown Tundra is not coming out in late October, we only know it's coming out in fall. It could have been October and could have gotten delayed because of coronavirus. We don't know for sure, but we can only wait and see, you know.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't actually even know what Crown Tundra is. I just know it's new Pokemon.
Okay. We'll yes, this is the Teaching Raghav segment of CableCast. Real quick. All right. I had this episode where they announced like the legendaries. They were talking about the DLC. It was confusing because people were hyped for Isle of Armor and got confused thinking these new legendaries were coming out then. But do you know about the Galarian, Zapdos, Articuno, Moltres, and then Reggie, Elec, and Reggie Draco?
Okay, I don't know the last two. Oh wait, it's the Reggie Ice stuff. Is that the new Reggies?
It's the Electric Reggie and the Dragon Reggie. Yeah.
Yeah, you're not gonna care
I have not actually seen either of those. That's cool. I want to check them out.
Nor will you.
But those are coming out in Crown Tundra, as well as a way to get old legendary Pokemon from old games, meaning hello Landorus, hello Tapu Fini, hello, honestly all the Tapus. That'll be a big deal.
Why does Reggie Drago look like Yveltal?
It's got the same
Yeah, I
color
thought that
scheme.
too.
Yeah. It has a dragon eruption as its exclusive move. We don't know if it's single target or spread, but I don't know.
Maybe that's not good. Who
It's
knows?
probably not good. No, because it's a move with Pokemon that are immune to it. So
Yeah.
But what was the
Yeah,
other
it sounds
thing?
whack.
Crap. Yeah,
the
the
electric
legendary
one's cute.
birds are going to be huge, and then
They'll be cool.
the Pokemon that we know are coming back. Like, unfortunately, Garchomp comes back at the same time as Lioners, but Dynamax Garchomp could be good enough to warrant using Garchomp in this format. But also,
maybe.
I think the other ones we get Dragonite. I forget if we get Salamence, but we also get Metagross back.
I think Metagross is huge.
Yeah, Metagross is going to be pretty good.
Honestly, I'm interested to see how good Metagross will be in a Dragapult meta.
Right.
It'll be different. You'll have Tapus to fight it.
It's true.
Oh, that's
But
true.
they
Tapu
aren't
coming back.
as fast as Dragapult. Dragapult's speed tier is ridiculous, but
Also, which
Okay.
one is the competitive bird?
that's Arnett.
The bad one.
The psychic flying one has
Bad
competitive,
one.
but Zapdos is fighting flying with Defiant.
Yeah, he's
That's
way
annoying.
cooler.
That is annoying. What's Moltres' ability?
Berserk.
Berserk.
It's like Drampa's ability.
Moltres is going to be so lit.
Yeah.
I just think Moltres is good typing.
Yeah, it does.
Flying. Yeah, we're getting like a mini Evoltal.
So yeah, that's cool. Yeah, this seems exciting.
Yeah,
I
so
don't think
it-
Garchomp's gonna be that good.
This
No, Garchomp
could
won't be that good.
be the Players' Cup 2 region qualifier and global finals format. Honestly, I could see a world where they decide like the DLC comes out a little too late for the region qualifier, but they somehow make it the
Absolutely.
meta for the global finals.
That'd be cool. It's like a introduction.
But
I mean,
I
that'll be,
could
like,
also
top set,
see
but-
TPCi not doing that and just messing it all up.
Yeah.
I already told you exactly what's going to happen.
You
You
did.
can rewind.
Yes. Just
We're
if
missing
you
it.
want to
It's not
remember, just
happening.
rewind the podcast. Kimo already laid it out for us. All right. I think we talked enough about Series 6, and then
Yeah,
we
we can
even
go
got
to
it. We
Series
dabbled
5.
into Series 7. Again, if you guys are interested, like I said, just rewind. There are Series 6 tournaments, and there's plenty of content out there for Series 6. But now, just to finish off the podcast, we're going to be talking about the Players' Cup 1 teams just because those are actually pertinent for what's coming up for this online qualifier.
Yes.
So, interesting. So, I was eliminated from winner's bracket by Sun. Everyone hates Sun in Series 5. There were no Sun teams used in the finals other than the Drapion, Lilligant, Torkoal team. So, there was no Venusaur used in the Players' Cup finals.
Because I think they didn't really want to play into that game, you know?
Mhm.
It's so volatile.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the players who were there knew that there was such a big target on its back too. I think a lot of people used Sun in the region qualifiers because they felt like it was so good and that, you know, they had practiced with it.
Yeah, Sun made it real deep,
And-
but none of these players were the Sun players.
Yeah, and so if you have like a smaller, you know, pool of players and you feel like it just becomes like a less viable option. Sun was so good because it could be like almost like, you know, it had such a wide matchup spread and the possibility to win. But you could see a lot of the teams here were more bulky and you know, slower and more targeted towards, you know, the event they were playing.
Right. It's actually a fun fact. There is, in the Players' Cup finals, exactly one team that was used in Series 5 that is Series 6 legal.
Is it Roxanne's team?
Yeah, it's Roxanne's
Antonio?
Corviknight Arcanine team.
Yeah, that seems sick in Series 5 and 6.
Yeah, honestly, it just needs a little tweak here and there to be, you know, good enough in Series 6 to combat like the prevalence of Porygon Z or Shifu, Talonflame and stuff, but
Yeah, I think
it's a
you could
real
just change
sleeper
the
hit
Among
in
Us.
Series 5. Yeah. Now,
Yeah, so I thought that was a really cool team.
Well, what other teams stood out from you, for you guys from these finalist teams that you think are going to make waves in these online qualifier. Obviously, they're saying Tino's Colossal team. It was the winner, so I can imagine, if you're playing an online qualifier, please have a Colossal matchup.
Yeah, that's just my answer. You're going to see a lot of Colossal. It even carried over into Series 6. You see so much Colossal on ladder.
Oh my!
I
forgot that I hadn't even mentioned it. The fact
prevalent.
that Sneasel is a competitive Pokemon in Series 6 is so annoying. I think I'm even against Sneasel, but just the fact that I've lost to Sneasel because it's good in Series 6.
Yeah, no.
It's
it's honestly better than I thought.
Yeah.
That's pretty solid.
Another team that I think will be probably pretty good, not just good, you should probably prepare for it, is Desu's team, Nico Davide Cogneta's team.
Yes, Dragapult Terrakion.
Third. Yeah, the Dragapult Terrakion lead is really threatening, and it also showcased just a really good P2, Primarina, Incin, Core, and obviously Rillaboom. So that just looked like a really solid team overall, and you're gonna see teams like it. If not exactly those 6, you'll see teams that have a lot of the same pieces. Porygon 2 was a big addition with the in Series 5, and so yeah, you should definitely prepare for a team like Desu's.
Any teams stand out to you, Kimo, that we haven't talked about yet?
Oh, Sand.
Yeah, Sand? It did get last, and then it did get also fourth from undisclosed name, but
yeah,
it's good. Yeah,
Tony Hawk.
Tony Hawk.
The Tony Hawk, that was kind of cool.
Yeah,
one that I would think to prepare for. Players are always
I think it's
run,
a popular core.
Your Dragapult, Togekiss, or your Sand. It's when it's there, it'll be loud, so you'll see it.
I think Sand's good also because Excadrill, it kind of fell out in the format because Rotom's no longer, since Series 2, Rotom's not the big water type, so Mold Breaker's not real viable set really.
Yeah.
Although we saw Yuri does run teams like that without Sand, but
yeah, and Yuri took Edu's team, and no, we did see actually 3 Rotom Wash, I think, this tournament, maybe 4, which was interesting because I felt like it got a lot worse with the Rillaboom.
It wasn't that popular before then either.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was still pretty good in the Lapras meta. We saw in the grassroots circuit, we saw Gavin and Adi's Dragapult, Clefairy, Rotom Wash team. Yuri used it. Edu used it. So Rotom Wash has its place in the meta always, but the big thing about those teams is still the Dragapult and the Togekiss.
Yeah. Rotom, I definitely put at a B+ kind of Pokemon in Series 5.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
So outside, are there any archetypes that are missing that we should at least point out for players to be ready for, other than Sun, of course? I'm trying to think.
I mean, I didn't see a single Lapras, and I don't think it's
Lapras.
phenomenal.
Lapras is alright.
It did well. What was it? Oh, I guess that was Series 4 with. Although it was Series 4.5 because Rillaboom and Cinderace had their hidden abilities at the time.
Oh, right.
Poké-Alex running the
yeah,
the
there was very few
last team.
Cinderace.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. The Cinderace Indeedee hyper offense. Actually, wait, is there a single Indeedee here? No.
No, I don't think so. But there are 2 Cinderace.
Yes. Well, so Indeedee, I was kind of surprised it made its way to top 10 to get banned from Series 6.
I was surprised too.
Without Indeedee, Series 6 actually is a lot more interesting, I feel, because I think had Indeedee
it would have been
would
pretty
be
good.
Ridiculous. Although honestly, just to talk about Series 6 for a second, Hatterene's in a relatively good spot even without Indeedee.
I think Hatterene's pretty good, but Indeedee would have been pretty stupid.
Yeah.
Magic Powder made it pretty good too. Hatterene has Magic Powder. It's it turns Pokemon into psychic types.
Why
or
is
does
that
it
good?
add the psychic types? Because with Trick Room, you could use it with Marowak or
Oh yeah, I never thought about that. Yeah, it changes it
Maybe
into
I guess
settings.
Delnoise. But like making it more viable, like Hatterene inherently being more viable allowed it for like like those combos and making like Marowak like a nuke, essentially.
Interesting.
It already is, but like it's basically a guaranteed kill on something now.
Yeah, Gmax
And
Smite
yeah,
is ridiculous. Anyways, I
that's true.
don't
Yeah,
like dealing with it. Like we've seen, just to talk about Series 6 again for a second, Clefairy hat as like the new like replacement. I hate fighting.
I haven't
Clefairy
seen that.
hat.
I haven't seen it either.
I've played a lot of it. I don't know why they come out of the
That sounds
woodworks.
silly.
They're like targeting me. It is silly. All right,
Yeah.
cool. Back to
Actually, I
Series
think I
5.
heard someone
Wait, you
in
what?
the VGC chat room saying I'm gonna use Clefairy hat to annoy Caleb.
Oh, darn.
Well,
I
that's
guess there's this
crazy.
cult out there just against
Yeah.
me. Well, I'm positive against it. I just don't like fighting it, so good on them.
Well, they should keep it up. I respect their work.
Yeah, I think I'll help him out next week.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, no.
You know what's crazy, actually, now that we're talking about things that exist to beat up on Caleb? The other day,
I don't like where this is
Tom
going.
and I were trying to team build, and we couldn't think what to do anymore, so he turns to me and he goes, "Right, you mammoth swine." And we start laughing. And the next day, I'm laddering. I'm having a terrible ladder session. I legit went like 0-7. And the next game loads up, and I legit stare at the screen, and I was just like, whatever being exists surely hates me, because I absolutely just got clapped by Raichu Mamo in that next game.
Series 6 might be the best Raichu Mamoswine meta ever.
Is Mammoth one?
Maybe. I mean, not as good as Ultra Series, but
Oh, yeah, not as good as
it's like a
Yeah.
it's like a close second.
Yeah.
I mean, like, okay, if we're going back to Ultra Series for a second, can you think it's better?
No.
Name one.
Name a restricted duo that beats Raichu Mamoswine. I'll wait.
Yeah, I'll wait.
I don't think you can.
Exactly.
If I'm going, like, actually, you know how on
It was like
Showdown,
U2X or something.
Yeah. But like
Ultra
not-
Series and VGC 19 are two separate formats now on,
Yeah, I hate
on
that.
Pokemon Showdown. And so one of my only VGC 19 teams is Raichu Mamo. Here, I'll paste it for you guys.
All right. I think we've hurt my audience enough here with this Raichu Mamoswine talk. This is all. It's not an inside joke. It was one that became an outside joke. I forget where it began with Raichu Mamoswine. I think I was laddering with it.
It was because you
sometime.
got like you were like testing it before you made day 2 nats
Yeah.
at for Ultra, but we were kind of like making fun of you before the event. So then like when you cut, or like when you made day 2, we were like, oh my god, Raichu Mamoswine is broken.
It is.
Broken.
Just so the cast knows, I did not use it to make day 2 nats. But
Nah, he used this other team that was super cool, and I think the guy who made it's actually like really smart.
yeah. Thanks, Kimo.
You're welcome.
All right. Actually, I'm glad you guys talked about Showdown with the VGC 19 and Ultra Series being different. This is the last topic before I'll let you guys go. We're kind of a shorter CableCast, but we hit all the points we needed to. The fact that they made. How did Showdown know? They kept VGC 2020 as Series 5 and made a separate ladder called Battle Stadium Doubles where you can play Series 6. Like,
Don't
I've
ask
been
too many
thinking about
questions,
that.
Caleb. Stop asking questions. You don't want to
See,
know.
Yeah, I've been thinking
You
about that
won't
because
like
that's
it.
just too. That's too like coincidental.
Can you handle it?
well, okay, so how I understand their reasoning, I talked to Trey DeWobblefett. He said, like, I forget the username, the guy in charge of like tiers on Showdown. He viewed
Oh, I
like
used to know the answer.
he viewed Series 5 as like our Worlds format equivalent. So that was like VGC 2020, and when Crown Tundra comes out, that'll be like VGC 2021. You know?
I think that was a smart
Oh.
call. It's essentially like Series 6, you can kind of think about it if you're old enough as like 2014 plus,
Yeah.
where like we had the tutors and stuff.
No, that's a good point.
But not only that,
Actually, the way Series 6 was working out, it is kind of like 2014 plus.
Okay, so if we think about it, this is just a post-Worlds like regional, the qualifiers.
Well, it
it's
is called like there's
format.
regional qualifier, right?
Well, that's the one after the
odds
IC
are
came
connect.
out.
Oh, lame.
yeah. So the online thing is, basically post Worlds essentially. Although
and so
because this is
format.
But if we're
Doesn't that mean that the Players' Cup is equivalent to a regional because this tournament is called the regional qualifier?
well, but the finals is like equivalent to a nationals, I think. I think
But it's called the
okay.
regional
This is a good
qualifier,
conversation
so you're
because I know.
qualifying for the regional.
Sure, yeah, but then the finals itself, people would argue because it's international would be like an internet.
Oh, I think that's.
I don't think it's worth comparing it to anything.
Yeah, I think it's
I
kinda
don't think it
silly.
is either. Like
I was
people,
saying that mostly for the memes.
Yeah, well, people were comparing Players Cup to Worlds, and then boom, we have Players Cup 2. So it's like, what? We got 2 Worlds in a year? Nah.
Dab.
Yeah. Shoot, you made me lose my train of thought. What was I talking about?
We were talking about
Oh no. Right. Oh, the format. Okay, no. So the other reason why the ladders VGC 2020 is because if they changed VGC 2020 to have bans, they wouldn't have been able to like easily revert it back in the code or some shit. So they're having it ready so they can just add the new mons when the new DLC comes out and make that VGC 2020 for a while until it becomes VGC 2021.
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
I guess I get it.
Semantics.
I never disagreed with the decision. It's just I didn't know
I never
why.
cared.
Yeah.
Actually, I preferred it because I didn't want my teams to get all mixed up. That would have kind of bugged me. So I was pretty happy with it.
Right.
Mine
like,
already
they can't
did
just
a
name
little.
it off of series, you know? That would make stuff so much easier. But, like, Pokemon, you would think things would be easy, but it never is. It's never simple.
It's hard with the ladder. Like, you can do it in the room. Like, you can see that the tournaments are based on series, but when it's a ladder, it's harder to code. I've heard. I actually know nothing about anything, really.
I just wish there was a way to label them in your team building, too, but... Oh.
Right. I mean, you can make your own folders. Don't be lazy.
Yeah, did
Crap,
you mean,
I
like,
forgot there
more
were
than that?
folders. You're right.
I use the folders, but I wish it was like a little better because sometimes it can still get like a little.
I just want to ask for
like even if I can like
okay?
highlight or something.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we've exhausted all these topics, unless there's some Series 5 wisdom we want to give to the people. Because obviously you can't practice for this online qualifier in game, but if again. Sign up for Call-In Sub Tour or like r/VGC tournaments if you're still interested in Series 6. But if we want to practice for the official tournaments, we have to play in Showdown. Like, or friendlies in game with other people. But like, you gotta, friends are broken. You gotta know people. You know?
Friends are broken.
Yeah.
Friends are hella broken.
But.
Yeah, my advice for Series 5. Sorry, what did you say, Kimo?
I just said like, all the friends in here. Me and Raghav.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I am
envious of the friendship, yes. I'm kidding, we're friends, right?
Anyway,
so thanks for having us.
What were we talking about?
Raghav had some Series 5 wisdom to share.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my wisdom is to... Okay, it's not actually wisdom, it's just I'm asking you for a favor to not use Sun.
Yeah, let's just gentleman's agreement to not run Sun.
Oh, for real, dude.
Like, Venusaur, canceled. Like, let Tarakiana have some fun, you know?
Oh my god, please. That guy's so cool. He's like my favorite.
Pretty cool.
Don't Vine Lash him.
That guy's buff.
Yeah.
I got some Series 5 wisdom for you.
Mm-hmm.
You should just run a team that you know is good. Don't be cute. No Talonflame Gyarados, yucky yuck. If it's hard to practice, and you've already, because we already said that like it being Series 5 is the advantage of more people because we already saw what happened.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's just like a big tournament where you're just trying to be safe anyway, just run something safe. I'm gonna run something safe. Feel free to run Sun. Like I feel pretty good.
Yeah, I'm
So
gonna
like
run
y'all can do that.
super safe stuff. Yeah, definitely run Sun. But don't, Be a homie and
Especially
don't, but if
for-
you do, you'll lose.
Nah, if you're especially for a tournament like the IC, just use something you're comfortable with.
Comfort is king. And then once you make the region qualifiers and it's Series 7, DLC or not, yeah, you can have some fun. There's some open
Right.
formats.
Yeah, you can bring your Drapian.
Yeah. Yeah, we've definitely proven that you can make finals in that. All right. Well, thanks for joining me, you two. Do you have any, I don't know, shout-outs, plugs before we tune out?
Join the Battle Room tour and follow me on Twitter.
Yeah, you can find all the info in
stay
the
away.
Battle Room Discord, so join that too. Sorry, I talked over
My
you,
dad is
Kimo. What are you
dancing
saying?
in the garage.
Nothing. It was just stay lit. That's all I got.
Nice. Oh, your dad's dancing in the garage. Little did you
Yeah, I
know
think
that's him playing us off. We must retreat.
I'll record it and that can be your outro.
Okay, that makes me happy.
Nice. All right. Thanks again. Tune in next time. We'll be talking about probably post online qualifier, the dry spell of October and still having Series 6 as the main ladder. Again, my name's been Caleb. See you next time. Goodbye.
Bye, Caleb.
Bye.